Hello, everyone. Coach Will here, and today we're going to take a break from the more serious side of improving our English communication skills and our grammar. And we're going to dive into something a little bit more relaxed and fun in English colloquialisms. Some people call them slang. Think of these as the local flavors of the language. They're the words and phrases that people use every day in specific regions to make their speech faster, more efficient, and let's be honest, more fun. This topic is a great next step after our lessons on formal and informal language and code switching because it's all about understanding and appreciating the different ways English is spoken. Learning these phrases won't just improve your listening skills, they'll give you a real taste of the culture in different parts of the US. Let's explore some of my favorites. So, first up, Philadelphia, or Philly, my hometown, the place where Rocky Balboa ran up the Art Museum steps in the iconic movie Rocky. One of the most versatile words in Philly slang and colloquialisms is John. It can refer to almost anything, a person, place, or an event, making it the placeholder for almost any noun. For example, you might say, "Pass me that John," or "That John is broken." Philadelphia is a blue collar, hard-working sports town. We love our sports, especially the Philadelphia Eagles, the American football team. But we never call it American football. For us, it's just football. And sometimes we call the Eagles the Birds, just the Birds. So during the season, especially if the team is winning and you're out and about, people might greet you by saying, "Go Birds." Don't look confused, even if you don't know what they're talking about. Just look back and say, "Go Birds." That's how we greet each other during football season. And then you'll be accepted. Another thing is the hoagie. That's the Philadelphia name for the submarine sandwich, but never call it a submarine or a sub. It's just a hoagie. How about this one? "Hey, Jeet." What I'm really saying to you is, "Did you eat?" We don't say that. We just say, "Hey, Jeet." I know, strange. "Who are you with?" It's another way of saying, "Who are you with?" A lot of times, Philadelphians, instead of saying with, they say with. "Hey, we're going to go down to the shore." Where's the shore? The shore is the New Jersey beaches, but we call it the shore. So there you have it, some Philadelphia slangs or colloquialisms. Okay, next up is New York City, New York, one of the most popular and dynamic cities in the whole wide world. Home of the New York Yankees, one of the most famous sports teams on the planet Earth. People from all over the world rock a New York Yankee cap, even if they do not know what it represents. I lived there for 10 years and I loved it. New York has so many expressions and lingo and slang, I can't possibly share all of them here with you right now. I can't sound like a New Yorker and I'm not going to try. But let's take a look at a few colloquialisms. Well, first of all, New Yorkers do not call Manhattan Manhattan. They call it the city. So I'd say, "Hey, I'll meet you later in the city." New York has 5 boroughs: Manhattan, they call it the city; the BX, which is the Bronx; Brooklyn, known as BK; Harlem, which they call Uptown. Queens is just Queens. And Staten Island, not really sure what the nickname is for that. But the famous rap group Wu-Tang Clan called Staten Island Shaolin. Okay, let's do a few more. Bodega, a small, often independently owned or family owned convenience store, a mini market that sells everything. It's very common in New York City, especially in Hispanic neighborhoods in Brooklyn or the Bronx. But don't call it a corner store. It's a bodega where you can buy everything, even hot food and cold food, and listen to music while you're at it. So you might say, "I'll meet you in front of the bodega on 123rd. Now, New York has many streets and avenues, but New Yorkers never say the street or the avenue. So they wouldn't say something like, "Hey, I'll meet you at 56th Avenue in 10th Street." No, they'll just say, I'll meet you at 56 and 10th. And you're supposed to know where that's at. Next one, dead ass. Used to emphasize that something is serious or true. Yo, I just saw Denzel Washington at the bank. Dead ass. Whack. Something that is considered bad, lame, or uncool. Yo, that song was whack, bro. Tight. A positive term meaning good or excellent. Yo, that song is tight. The beat is banging. Whip. A car. Did you hear Jesus just got a new whip? Jesus, sorry. It's not Jesus, my bad. Jesus. Did you hear that Jesus just got a new whip? So there you have it. That's some more New York City expressions and lingo. Feel free to do your own research because there's so many more. Southern lingo or slang. So now we're going to talk about the lingo from the South. Now, the South is big. It goes all the way from Miami to Texas and everything in between. But then there's Miami. Well, Miami's different because Miami has that Latino flavor. Yeah, they got a little bit of Southern country twang as well, but it's a mixed bag. So I'm not going to get into that right now. What we're going to talk about the other parts of the South. Now, the South has different colloquial speak as you travel to the South. I've never lived there, but this is what I've heard. So let's get started. All right, so let's look at some Southern colloquialisms. Y'all, a contraction of you all, meaning all of you. Y'all better leave my baby alone. Fixin' to, meaning you're about to do something, the next thing you intend to do. So what y'all fixin' to do? Some Southern states use finnin' instead of fixin'. So what you finnin' to do? I'm finnin' to go to the gym and lift some weights. Here's another one. How your mom and them? A casual way to inquire about someone's family. How's your mom and them? How's your mom and them? As someone who grew up in the Northeast, this is really country. Or as we would say, Bama. Man, they Bama as hell. Next, I reckon, meaning I suppose or I guess. I reckon you telling the truth. If you say so. Hold your horses means to relax. Man, calm down. Hold your horses. Be patient. Barking up the wrong tree. When you mistakenly pursue something or accuse someone of doing something wrong. I ain't had nothing to do with that. I think you barking up the wrong tree. Like a bat out of hell. Extremely fast. Man, he got out of there like a bat out of hell. So there you have it. In some Southern expressions. There are many, as I said, with the New York ones. So do your research and learn some new ones. They're fun. Take a look at this video of two women talking. See if you can recognize the lingo, slang, or colloquial terms that they are using.
Y'all, I swear that storm last night was something else. I reckon we lost power for a good hour.
Oh, I know it. I was fixing to start dinner when the lights went out.
West Coast, mostly California. Hella, a common term meaning very or a lot. Stoked means feeling excitement or enthusiastic. Bail means to leave or depart. Dude, a common term for a friend or generic male or a guy. Lit means something is exciting or fun. Tryna, short for trying to. Let's look at some example sentences using these words. Man, the mall is hella far. I'm traveling to Europe next week and I'm stoked. Larry just bailed on us without saying anything. Dude, what is your problem? Hey, the festival was lit, wasn't it? So what you trying to do later? Let's look at this video up next and see if we can identify the colloquial words.
Dude, it was a chill drive. The scenery was hella nice once I got past the city. I was stoked to finally get out of my apartment.
Man, you're tripping.
Okay, so what's the takeaway from all this? The most important thing is not to try and force these phrases into your own speech immediately. That can sometimes sound unnatural. Instead, your challenge is to become more understanding of colloquial language. Listen actively when you watch a movie, a TV show, or a YouTube video. Try to identify the regional phrases. Now you know what to listen for. Pay attention to context. Notice who is speaking and where are they from. Do they sound like they're from the South, New York, Philly, California? This will help you start to recognize the phrases you hear. Understand, don't necessarily use. At this level, a huge part of fluency is understanding native speakers and feeling confident when you hear a phrase you didn't learn in the textbook. Learning colloquialisms is like adding colors to your vocabulary palette. It gives you a deeper and more authentic understanding of the English language. Did you get that? So, I'm about to get out of here, which is another one we say. Instead of saying, I am going to get out of here, we say about to. And when we make it colloquial, we say, I'm about to get out of here. So I'll catch you in those next class. Thank you and see you later.